Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll return to Stonington, where locals are struggling to make repairs following the recent storms. We'll also have the latest on the fight to save a historic air hangar in Aroostook County. And it looks like the Hamden Mail Processing Facility will remain open after all. We'll have the very latest on that situation as well. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith is off today. We thank you for joining us. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but first, the latest on the weather. If you're heading out this morning, you'll want to take it extremely easily out there. The roads are still very slippery following the snow that fell yesterday. Fortunately, it looks like today will be a nice sunny day. Should make that snow look beautiful out there. Let's check in with Devin Biggs for the latest on the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, there's one advisory to talk about here. This right here is a small credit advisory that is posted until about 4 p.m. on Thursday. Some active surf along the coast will be possible as an area low pressure begins to move away from us. But otherwise, though, the radar and satellite has quieted down after the snowfall we saw recently. There's the last few frames of that right there. So for now, we're quieting down, and we'll see a good amount of sunshine across the region today as things begin to calm down. Zooming things out, though, look what's behind the system here that's tracking off towards these. A whole lot of nothing. So that means things will be calm today and the next several days moving forward. Futurecast for today showing a lot of sunshine today. Maybe a few passing clouds. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky tonight, and a lot of sunshine on the way as we head towards Thursday morning as well. Still a little breezy out there from time to time. Some sustained winds reaching up to around 15 miles per hour. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Also possible today and also through tomorrow as well. So for today, though, here's what we're looking at. Middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees, becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 20s, partly cloudy and breezy again, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, maybe a few clouds from time to time. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll look forward to that. In today's news, Governor Mills has requested a major disaster declaration from the federal government. It will help the 10 counties impacted by the devastating storms and flooding in December. Rain began falling on western Maine on December 17th and brought damaging storm conditions to a good portion of the state. 4 people died, and flooding along with power outages were widespread. Governor Mills is also seeking individual assistance for people in Androscoggin, Franklin, Kennebec, Oxford, and Somerset counties. A FEMA assessment conducted earlier this month showed that these counties qualified for individual assistance. This request comes as MEMA is still evaluating damage from the last 2 storms last week that battered Maine's coastline. If it turns out the damage from those storms exceeds Maine's ability to recover, Mills says she'll request another disaster declaration from the federal government. Meanwhile, coastal communities are scrambling to navigate their losses after being slammed by the series of recent storms. Our Grace Blanchard gives us a glimpse at how the town of Stonington is trying to move forward.
Absolutely devastating, the amount of damage that we got, along with many other communities too.
Like many coastal communities, the town of Stonington was jolted by the recent wind and rainstorms.
The damage of it, just docks and floats and everything just lifted right up and folded up like accordion. And it's going to cost millions of dollars to fix this, along with the coastal erosion problems that came out of this. Some of the shoreline was really compromised.
The commissioner of the Department of Marine Resources discussed the damage he's witnessed across the coast in a webinar on Tuesday, as safety officials are shifting into disaster recovery mode.
I mean, this is really new territory for DMR, right? Because we're seeing it at such a scale as it pertains to working waterfront.
Stonington's town manager says it's not just about repairing the damages, but also finding a means to prepare for any future storms of this magnitude.
Going to need help and help from the community, and we're just trying to do our best to, meet what needs that we can and work with others to, help facilitate, moving forward.
Officials are continuing to stress the importance of reporting any damages sustained from the storms. Helpful links can be found on our website, foxbangor.com.
Going to just keep plugging at it because we don't have any other choice. So.
In Stonington, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Got to just keep plugging at it. Isn't that the truth? Well, with the floodwaters now gone, homeowners along the coast are cleaning up and making repairs from Saturday's record high tide. For some, it means a new foundation. For others, new appliances for their home. Brad Rogers shows us what homeowners are now dealing with in places like Camp Ellis.
Homes along the coast here in Camp Ellis were no match for the storm surge and record high tide on Saturday and the flooding that came with it. Joe Desiato's home is about 30 yards from the ocean, but at Saturday's record high tide, the sea came right in his house. 2 feet of salt water flooded appliances in his first floor garage and shorted out his water heater, all of which must now be replaced.
Water heater, some siding, a garage door track, washer and dryer, you know, the normal stuff. The electricity got shorted out because the water got high enough for one of the plugs.
The second that you've got water that's mixing with that electricity, it's dangerous. I actually could feel a little bit of a tingle too in my hand when I went to plug that in.
Plumbing contractor Heather LeMay was at Joe's house repairing what she could. She says salt water caused the electricity to arc on some appliances.
It shorted out their 40-gallon electric tank here. A couple elements blew, the outlet blew. So yeah, we've got some stuff that we need to come in and kind of just inspect and make sure that they're functioning right. We'll change out the tank and recommend an electrician to take a look at their panel just to make sure that everything is going to be safe.
She says it's equally important to have your oil and propane tanks inspected after a flood to make sure the connections are good and nothing is leaking. Maine DEP will inspect your oil system free of charge.
Our problems are minimal compared to most people, including my neighbor whose foundation got washed out.
How busy have you guys been?
We've got an emergency list now with probably at least 15 people on it, and we have scheduled calls throughout the day.
Yep.
See that yellow? All we can do is take it one day at a time, one job at a time, I should say.
So it's on to the next job for this and other contractors who right now are putting in long hours to try to help as many flooded homeowners as they can.
Just a mess for so many people out there. Well, meanwhile, in other news this morning, a building in Dover Foxcroft was damaged by fire last night. Crews were called to the building on North Street after someone reported smoke filling the building. Firefighters discovered a fire was burning in the attic and knocked it down quickly. Dover fire officials say quick action by the owner helped minimize the damage because that person investigated and then called 911 immediately. Well, fire crews battled frigid temperatures as they fought an early morning fire in Chester yesterday that destroyed a home. We now have some video from the scene. According to Lincoln's Fire Department, a tone went out around 3 o'clock in the morning for a building on South Chester Road. Lincoln Fire Captain Jake Hammond says shortly after units arrived on the scene, a third alarm was sent out to request backup.
It's kind of a remote location out here, so we needed some extra tankers. Some extra manpower, guys getting cold, froze up, the equipment's getting froze up, so not necessarily a huge fire, just looking to rotate resources and people.
Hammond says everyone was able to make it out of the building safely, and the fire does not seem suspicious at this time. In other news, a former Arizona man has been sentenced for stealing Mainers' identities as part of a pandemic unemployment fraud scheme. 55-year-old James McAuliffe will spend 5 years in jail, followed by 3 years of supervised release. He was also ordered to pay more than $203,000 in restitution. He pleaded guilty in August of last year. According to court records, McAuliffe filed false claims for unemployment benefits from January to November of 2020. He filed the fraudulent applications using Mainers' identities. As part of the scheme, he had the benefits loaded onto a debit card, or debit cards rather, and then wired it into an account that he opened in another person's name. He withdrew the funds at ATMs down in Arizona. Meanwhile, police say a traffic stop led officers to a large amount of drugs and cash. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office says deputies stopped a Grand Wagoneer on Main Avenue in Farmingdale back on January 12th. They say when they searched the vehicle, they found 6.5 pounds of cocaine, more than 6 ounces of suspected fentanyl, and 14 grams of methamphetamine. Deputies also found over $23,000 in cash. 29-year-old David Maldonado from New York is now charged with 2 counts of aggravated trafficking in cocaine and violation of conditional release. 58-year-old Gene Northrup from Maine is being charged with unlawful trafficking in methamphetamine and unlawful possession of cocaine. Both men are being held at the Kennebec County Jail. The battle has begun over ownership of a historic aircraft hangar up in Aroostook County. Our Augusta area reporter, Corey Bichard, explains.
The arch hangar at the former Loring Air Force Base was built in 1947 and is one of only 2 of its kind. A bill sponsored by Senate President Troy Jackson is seeking to transfer ownership of the hangar from the Loring Development Authority, a state-funded organization, to the Loring Air Museum.
As long as I've been in this job as a state representative, state senator, I've heard that somebody was going to use it and they were going to create more business. But now we're in a position where if we wait much longer, the building is going to be not able to be repaired.
According to Matt Cole, the vice president of the Loring Air Museum, in recent years, the rubber roof has started to peel in spots, exposing the structure to water damage that threatens the integrity of the entire structure.
We are the quickest fix for this historic, very historic structure.
Cole hopes to acquire the hangar to help expand the museum to include static display of aircraft such as fighter jets, a KC-135, and a B-52. Last year, there was a renewed push to revitalize the former Air Force Base that closed in 1994. A for-profit development corporation called Green for Maine has attracted businesses to Loring and helped develop what they call the Airport Master Plan.
The Airport Master Plan got its funding from the Department of Defense. The Airport Master Plan was there to really start to push that property back into use, to make it a public terminal, predominantly for autonomous aircraft.
Scott Hinkle, the president of Green for Maine, says the arch hangar is a vital part of that plan and still has much use for commercial aircraft.
The detriment would be, it's really to the people in Aroostook County. They would feel the impact because right now we have the opportunity to get new industry, main spaceport industry up there, aircraft industry, autonomous aircraft industry.
A modern rocketry company wanting to come to Loring is going to want modern heated hangar space, not a 75-year-old building that you can't heat with 100 furnaces.
The bill will now have a work session before making its way for a final vote of the legislature. If the bill passes, the arch hangar wouldn't be transferred to the museum until at least October of this year. At the State House, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Legislative Republicans say fixing Maine's mental health crisis will be one of their priorities this legislative session. At a press briefing yesterday, Republicans shared what they call alarming results of mental health surveys from Maine schools, in which more than 20% of middle school-age children responded that they had thoughts of suicide. Additionally, more than 35% of high school children surveyed felt sad, lonely, or depressed.
The fact is, folks, the longer people wait for services, the underlying issues grow deeper and more complex. So what can we do? We feel we need to expand our school-based community health centers, similar to what Old Town is doing, moving that care to where it's needed, such as the more rural areas of the state.
Republicans added they currently have 3 bills addressing youth mental health this legislative session, including one that would require all school ID cards printed in the state to include the mental health hotline number 988. Well, firefighters face dangers every time they head out to put out a fire, but away from the flames, their jobs also pose other hidden health risks.
Cancer is definitely an unseen danger that firefighters face on a daily basis. It's not the big fires and stuff that you've seen in the old days. Those are the real physical dangers. The unseen dangers are all the chemicals that are used in production of household textiles and everything that's used in our homes today.
Telling us more about just how dangerous those toxins can be. According to numbers from the Portland Firefighters Union from 2002 until 2019, 66% of line-of-duty deaths were due to occupational cancer. Now, Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month is aiming to teach more about the issue and what is being done to prevent them in the first place. This includes first responders setting up different zones when staging to fight a fire, all in an effort to find out more about the chemicals that they're breathing in, as well as gear washers, and at the Portland Fire Department, a shower within the hour. Directive to get contaminants off the body. They're asking firefighters to shower off within the hour after they return from a fire scene. All right, the time now is 6:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the latest on the Hamden Mail Processing Facility, and we'll also meet a teenager from Winslow whose musical talents are getting recognized around the nation. But first, to check out today's weather forecast, a nice mostly sunny day today. It will be breezy with highs near 25 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to a very chilly 10 degrees. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy and breezy with highs near 24.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. We have weeknight specials consisting of... We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good morning, America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Pat's Pizza in Holden has recently expanded their seating capacity. Call now for reserving your event or holiday party with us. The new indoor golf simulators are open for the season. Call now for reservations.
Name a way a woman likes her men and her cheese.
Full of adventure.
Family Feud. Stop all this adventure!
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Well, of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places.
Scandinavia.
They're moving and shaking and getting it done here on Wheel.
You could try to make it look a little harder.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
Welcome back, everyone. New information is being revealed regarding the Eastern Maine Processing and Distribution Center in Hamden after recent concerns that the facility could be reconsolidated. Our Doug Banks has the details.
The United States Postal Service launched a mail processing facility review of Hamden's Eastern Maine Processing and Distribution Center in December. On Tuesday, officials for USPS released some of the preliminary highlights of their review. They state the Hamden facility will, quote, remain open and will be modernized, also stating it's a critical node to the unified movement of mail. However, the review also suggests transferring some mail processing operations to southern Maine, referring to a facility in Scarborough. Furthermore, they state the Hamden facility will be repositioned as a local processing center. Senator Susan Collins has urged USPS to reject similar proposals for over a decade, and in November sent a letter to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy when the facility review was announced. In part of a statement sent to TV7 News on Tuesday, the office of Senator Susan Collins says they welcome the Postal Service's confirmation that the plant remains a vital part of USPS's network, but remains concerned about the potential delays to the region's outgoing mail, specifically for Mainers who receive medication through the mail. USPS says no official decision has been made at this time as the review remains ongoing. To read Senator Collins' full statement, visit our website, foxbangor.com. Public input will be considered as part of the review, and an open to the public meeting will be held on Friday, February 2nd at Jeff's Catering and Event Center in Brewer at 4 p.m. In Brewer, Doug Banks for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Hudson University's Waldy Communications Center has fully reopened after it was damaged by a water main break back in October. The building serves as the home of the New England School of Communications, or NESCOM. The reopening comes at a perfect time, as yesterday marked the start of the spring semester.
The students have been in here already today, as you can see, walking around getting classes up and rolling.
There are some final minor repairs scheduled to be completed this summer. A teenager from Winslow is making quite a name for herself in the music industry. Bella Lubier released her first song on Spotify and iTunes along with Apple Music last year, and now she's got a new song coming out this month. As Jody Hersey tells us, Lubier may be only 15 years old, but her talent really knows no bounds.
15-year-old Bella Lubier has music running through her veins. This high school freshman not only plays guitar and piano, she also writes her own music, something she began doing at the tender age of 9.
And I have like 8 journals that are like filled to the brim of like scratches of songs that are like
like 2 lines of like something completely random that I'll like circle back around to 2 weeks later and be like, hey, this could be a chorus.
This rising musician released her first song called Envy the Birds at Bella Ann Music and on other streaming platforms back in November, thanks to the support of her family and the community.
And I wrote it on my way to Rhode Island. We were like going to my brother's hockey tournament, and like I wrote it down, and then we ended up getting my first guitar there because I was like, I have to sing this.
Lou Beer says her musical inspiration comes from the books she reads and her everyday interactions with friends.
It's like a personal diary, but like you're singing and writing about it.
Bella's mother, Meg, is her proud manager and social media promoter.
She has another single that we are finishing up, and my husband actually plays bass on the track. So January's Frostbite, that single will be released, and Hey Bailey released in February, and we are working on an LP with 8 songs.
The Lou Beers are not sure where Bella's music will take her, but they plan to enjoy wherever this journey may lead.
Keep an eye on her, watch and see where she goes and what she does. It's exciting stuff.
In Winslow, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
She's very talented. We will have to keep an eye on her. Well, the time now is 6:21. Coming up after the break, we'll hear how the severe weather is impacting other parts of the country. It has already caused 9 deaths. Plus, an accused serial killer is now officially accused of killing yet another victim. All the latest as Good Morning Maine continues.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza. We're more than just a bar. Need a place to host your next gathering? Check out our spacious event room that can adequately seat 100 or more people. How big is your brain? The Old Guy hosts Wednesday night trivia. Want to feel like a rock star? Join us for Karaoke Madness Thursday through Saturday. You asked for it and we listened. Now serving Saturday and Sunday brunch. And don't forget about kids karaoke every Sunday. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Mad Cat & Company, where friends meet and become family.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
Back to Good Morning Maine. Now to the extreme weather taking a deadly toll from the deep south to the northeast. At least 9 deaths are now blamed on the Arctic conditions. Parts of Tennessee have seen twice their annual snowfall average, and below zero wind chill temperatures are expected again this morning. In the northeast, 2 weather-related deaths in New Jersey. That region is now bracing for more snow on Friday. But we begin right now in the south. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, the record-setting Arctic blast gripping much of the country has turned deadly in the south. At least 6 people have now died in Tennessee as a result of the extreme conditions. 11 inches of snow falling in Knoxville, wind chills plunging to 15 below zero. In Alabama, ice-covered roads made driving nearly impossible. These cars left stranded after sliding off the road. This tractor-trailer outside Birmingham swerving in all directions before jackknifing into the guardrail. And this truck sliding down a driveway after it was put in park. In Chicago, where it felt like 30 below zero, fires were lit under these train tracks to keep them free of snow and ice. Tesla vehicles were lining up at this charging station in Chicago. Owners say they had trouble charging their batteries in the extreme cold. At least 10 electric cars were reportedly towed from this charging station. In the Rockies, new avalanche warnings in Colorado after a series of deadly snowslides in neighboring states. New video shows the moment Bob Tillotson was rescued from an avalanche in Utah. Rescuers digging through feet of snow, finally saving Tillotson after about 15 minutes. But it appears no one can match Buffalo for snowfall totals. Another 3 feet of lake-effect snow is expected by tomorrow night, on top of the 40 inches that forced the Bills game to be postponed over the weekend. Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, fun and games on the National Mall as people enjoyed a rare blast of winter.
It's a lot of fun. I've been waiting a long time.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Might as well have some fun with it. Well, you'll want to certainly take it easy if you're heading out today. The roads are still pretty slippery around our parts following the snow we had yesterday. Fortunately, it looks like a nice sunny day ahead. It will give plenty of good weather for people to get out there and dig up and clean up after the storm. Let's turn things back over to Devin Biggs for our full forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, this morning we're watching a small crowd advisory that's in effect along the coast, lasting till about 4 p.m. As we head towards your Thursday, some active surf along the coast will remain possible, though, as that area low pressure continues to move away from us. Here's what we're seeing right now. 3 to 8 foot wave heights are being observed according to the buoys just offshore. This is why a small crowd advisory is in effect along the coastline, at least at this time. But moving forward, again, the system is pushing the precipitation away. We had some snow recently. That has since gotten out of here. So now the focus now is going to be turned toward things being quiet the next several days. We'll see a lot of sunshine today. It will be breezy from time to time as well, but the overall pattern finally quieting down. This area low pressure is moving away from us. A whole lot of nothing across the country. You have to look further off towards the western parts of the U.S. for more active weather to take place. So there's a lot of quietness taking place in between that and, of course, some colder weather across the region as well. Futurecast moving forward for today, we'll see a lot of sunshine out there. That'll be pretty nice. Maybe a few passing clouds from time to time. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky coming up later on tonight. We'll hold on to those for a little bit, but once we head towards Thursday morning, we'll have a lot of sunshine to start. Maybe a few passing clouds during the afternoon period, but those clouds will get out of here again as we head towards Thursday night into parts of Friday morning. Maybe partly cloudy in a few spots. Otherwise, so gusty winds today reaching up to around 25 miles per hour at times. Notice though these gusty winds also continue in the parts of tonight as well. They may pick up a little bit more again for tomorrow, reaching up to around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour in a few spots. Our average high temperature is 28 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 20s today and tomorrow. We have lower 20s Friday, upper teens Saturday, middle 20s Sunday, then a little bit of a warm up on the way, lower to middle 30s on the way as we head towards Monday and Tuesday of next week. So for today, though, middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. The northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, 24 degrees becoming partly cloudy and breezy, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's your extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Will be partly cloudy on Friday with highs in the low 20s, upper teens on Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky. We'll see lots of sunshine on Sunday with highs in the mid 20s.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
A family-owned and operated business since 1953, Hammond Lumber Company recognizes the value of their team members and the importance of employee satisfaction. Hammond is honored to have been named one of the best places to work in Maine for 3 years running. This year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Hammond is always looking for great people to join their team. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-6922. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-6922 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents. and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222. Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
New evidence has been revealed in the case against the suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer in New York, but prosecutors say the investigation isn't over yet. Here's Andrea Fujii with more.
This morning, the accused serial killer charged with murdering 3 women in New York is now charged with killing a 4th, the victim's daughter speaking publicly for the first time.
While the loss of my mom has been extremely painful for me, the indictment by the grand jury has brought hope for justice for my mom and my family.
Maureen Brainard Barnes went missing in 2007 while working as an escort. Her body was found near 3 other women buried near Gilgo Beach on Long Island, New York. Rex Heuermann was already charged in the deaths of Megan Waterman, Amber Costello, and Melissa Barthélemy. They were known as the Gilgo Four, as their deaths went unsolved for more than a decade.
I remember she read to me every night, and now I can no longer remember the sound of her voice.
Now prosecutors have revealed how they were able to link Heuermann to Brainard Barnes.
The biggest change is the DNA evidence.
They say investigators followed Heuermann's daughter, who was not implicated in any of the killings, and were able to extract her DNA from a discarded drink, which linked Heuermann to the murder.
The hair that was found on Brainard Barnes, it was found on the buckle of the belt that secured her lower body.
But prosecutors say the investigation is far from over. They say they've scoured electronic devices from Heuermann's home and office, including 2 burner phones they say he used to contact sex workers as recently as last year, while also searching for porn and for information of the deceased victims. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. 6 other bodies were found near Gilgo Beach. Authorities say it's unclear if Heuermann was involved in those unsolved cases. His next court date is February 6th. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
We turn now to the migrant crisis, which is also a housing crisis in several big cities. The extreme winter weather only adding to the challenges. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, ABC News' streaming channel, ABC News Live, getting an exclusive look at a New York City migrant shelter that houses mothers and their children seeking asylum.
We're at capacity for everyone.
Christine Quinn, whose organization runs the shelter, says most of those staying here do not qualify for housing benefits or food stamps, making it difficult for them to move out and provide for their families. And now, with the bitter winter cold settling in, many are unprepared.
These families came to us and continue to come with the T-shirt on their back and the flip-flops on their feet. They're not ready for snow. They don't have winter jackets.
New York's governor yesterday requested more than $2 billion to provide housing and health care for the roughly 70,000 migrants currently in the state, many of them sent by bus from Texas.
It's the right thing to do for the migrants and for the city of New York. Continue focusing on securing work authorization and put the migrants and asylum workers to work.
In Illinois, the governor has announced $17 million in new funds for Chicago's suburbs that agreed to house migrants. Hundreds have been sleeping on city buses to keep warm. Many arrived wearing only shorts and T-shirts. Migrant crossings at the U.S. southern border hit a record high last month. Today, President Biden is meeting with congressional leaders, urging them to pass new border security funds, part of a $106 billion funding request that also includes money for the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. As part of that spending plan, Republicans have demanded stricter asylum laws and expanded deportations. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, the Senate took a crucial step last night to avoid a government shutdown. They're working on a number of proposals with hopes of pushing off Friday's deadline. They hope to take votes on a number of bipartisan bills that, if passed, will extend the deadline to March. To help encourage the negotiation talks, President Biden plans to host House and Senate leaders from both sides of the aisle today. On the table is his funding request for national security. We will keep you up to date on that. Well, the time now, 6:35. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear why we should continue to see those humorous messages on the roadside DOT signs despite concerns from the federal government, along with the latest business news as Good Morning Maine continues.
What's happening at the Penobscot Ice Arena?
Youth hockey leagues. Public skating. Stick and puck. Birthday party.
Adult hockey leagues.
Frozen Friday laser light skate.
Lace up your skates today at Penobscot Ice Arena in Brewer. For more info, visit penobscoticearena.org.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2024 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional and extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Celebrate the new year with unbeatable values during our New Year blowout sale. Save up to 60% on clearance items here at the Furniture Gallery. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. Happy New Year from our family to yours. The Furniture Gallery, in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Wyndham.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Color Concepts, Herman Meadow Golf Club, Howard Insurance, Katahdin Federal Credit Union, and Preble Oil Company.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. Are you ready for some history? On this day in history, back in 1911, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen became the first man to set foot on the South Pole. It was an achievement that broke the heart and spirit of fellow explorer Captain Robert Falcon Scott, who had set out from Britain months before with hopes of winning the race to the South Pole. He didn't make it in time. That is a picture of the first people to arrive there. They set up camp there and set up the Norwegian flag. All right, moving on now. In 1913, a chain of businesses known as the Golden Rule Stores were consolidated into a new corporation. The new company was called J.C. Penney Company, continues to operate to this day. In 1929, Popeye the Sailor Man made his first appearance. The one-eyed spinach-eating sailor was first seen in King Features Thimble Theater comic strips and quickly became the most popular character. In 1953, the Chevy Corvette was presented for the first time at an auto show in New York. In 1991, coalition airstrikes began in Iraq after negotiations failed to get Iraq to retreat following its invasion of Kuwait. In 1997, a court in Ireland granted the first divorce in that Roman Catholic country's history. They had to wait till 1997 for it. And in 1998, President Bill Clinton gave his deposition in the Paula Jones sexual harassment lawsuit against him. He became the first U.S. president to testify as a defendant in a criminal or civil lawsuit. And as we know now, he was not the last person. Today's birthdays include actor and comedian Jim Carrey, who is 62 years old today. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is 60 today. And actress Zooey Deschanel turns 44 years old today. And that's not the end of our famous birthdays. We also want to wish a very happy birthday to our own news director, Susan Farley, who is also a longtime friend of mine. Today is her birthday as well. So if you see Susan out there today, wish her a happy birthday. All right, moving on now. Time to check out that forecast again. As we said earlier, the road's still pretty greasy out there. The plow trucks are out still cleaning up after yesterday's storm, but you will want to take it easy heading out today. Let's check in with Devin for more.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. As we get into things this morning, there's one advisory to talk about here. This right here is a small credit advisory that is posted until about 4 p.m. on Thursday. Some active surf along the coast will be possible as an area low pressure begins to move away from us. But otherwise, though, the radar and satellite has quieted down after the snowfall we saw recently. There's the last few frames of that right there. So for now, we're quieting down, and we'll see a good amount of sunshine across the region today as things begin to calm down. Zooming things out, though, look what's behind the system here that's tracking off towards these. A whole lot of nothing. So that means things will be calm today and the next several days moving forward. Futurecast for today showing a lot of sunshine today. Maybe a few passing clouds. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky tonight, and a lot of sunshine on the way as we head towards Thursday morning as well. Still a little breezy out there from time to time. Some sustained winds reaching up to around 15 miles per hour. Gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour. Also possible today and also through tomorrow as well. So for today, though, here's what we're looking at. Middle 20s, mostly sunny and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 10 degrees, becoming partly cloudy, and that west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, middle 20s, partly cloudy and breezy again, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a lot of sunshine, maybe a few clouds from time to time. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you later on. Those humorous and often catchy phrases found on the Maine DOT road signs along the interstate in Maine are not going away anytime soon. Some driver favorites include "It's cruise control, not snooze control," or "Crash on the couch, not the road." The Federal Highway Administration recently issued new guidelines stating messages with obscure or secondary meanings, such as those with pop culture references or ones intended to be humorous, should not be used along the roadways. The FHA says they might be misunderstood by motorists and require greater time to process and understand. Well, these new changes can be found in the manual on uniform traffic control devices. However, Paul Merrill, the Director of Communications for the Maine DOT, says the department believes the signs are promoting safety, and therefore the state plans to continue posting its messages with the hopes that the government is willing to have more conversations about the topic. Long story short, they're going to keep those funny signs along the roadside. I kind of like them. It kind of makes you chuckle a little bit as you're driving along the road. All right, when we come back, all the day's sports news. Don't go away.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. We have the best arcade video games, including Tomb Raider, Halo, Need for Speed, Mario Kart, and Luigi's Mansion. You are guaranteed to have hours of fun. Plus, we also have a 9-hole blacklight mini golf course that changes weekly. Allow us to provide hours of fun for you and your friends. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event, 889-3166.
All the nonsense
Simba Fibber
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Wednesday begins a new era for the New England Patriots with new head coach Gerard Mayo being formally introduced at a noontime press conference. And our very own Tyler Cruz is in Foxborough covering it all for us. Let's go to him now. Tyler.
Hey Ryan, like you said, I am here outside of Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's been a busy offseason for the Patriots, and tomorrow a new era begins in New England with the introduction of Gerard Mayo as the 15th head coach in franchise history. Mayo was listed as the team's linebacker coach for the past 4 seasons. He was a first-round draft pick by Bill Belichick back in 2008, a multi-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots as well. He was set to be Belichick's successor. That was written into his contract, but no one expected it to be this quickly. With a 4-13 season, though, that process was expedited, to say the least. We caught up with some fans here at Patriot Place on Tuesday about how they feel about the next chapter for the franchise. Gerard Mayo being introduced tomorrow, do you feel like, he's the right guy for the job? You feel like it's a good move?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good move. He's been with the organization forever.
From what I hear, he's, he'll make a good coach, I think.
Do you feel like it was time to move on from Bill Belichick?
Yeah, for sure. I think, we had a good run with him, and we had a good couple of years with him, but it's time to get some new brains out there.
Yeah, we were used to him, but, the only constant thing in life is change.
You think the first thing Mayo should do as the next head coach?
Sign a wide receiver in free agency.
Well, hopefully we will win a lot more championships, and that's what really matters, right?
We will hear from Gerard Mayo and owner Robert Kraft on Wednesday. The introductory press conference is set for 12 noon right here at Gillette Stadium. We'll have live coverage of that at 6 o'clock and all throughout the night on Wednesday. But for now, I will send it back to you in studio from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22. Ryan?
Thank you very much, Tyler. How cool is that, folks? Anyhow, let's move to Maine men's hockey. An up-and-down weekend against UConn for the now 8th-ranked Black Bears. A thrilling 5-3 comeback win Friday, and their first loss in 9 games, 2-0 on Saturday. It was the most vulnerable the team has looked in a long while. Black Bears down 2 goals twice on Friday, of course being shut out Saturday. Half of their games left being against ranked Hockey East opponents. This has to be a quick fix. Aside from his goalies needing to make more saves early, head coach Ben Barr says that it all comes down to getting aggressive in front of the net.
We had chances to get to rebounds. We had pucks at the net front. Their goalie made some really good saves to start, and we have to be better on those second, third chances. We're going to have to be able to score those goals. We're not going to score all goals on the rush. We're not going to score all tic-tac-toe goals or power play goals. We have to score some of those greasy goals.
The Black Bears now prepare for a home weekend series against UMass Lowell. The Riverhawks are near the bottom of Hockey East, but that doesn't matter much as all teams in the conference are pretty much good. The team definitely sees this as a sweepable weekend, but don't expect 2 trouncings over at the Alfond.
They have one of the best coaching staffs. Norm is one of the best coaches in the nation, has been for a long time. They never beat themselves. They're really good at the net fronts. They do all the things that we're talking about we need to get better at. I expect both the games to be very similar to this past weekend.
You always know what you're going to get from Lowell. They're going to be a simple, hard-nosed team. They're going to be hard to play against. Their record doesn't really matter. They're going to bring it, and we got to be ready.
All right, now let's hit the hardwood. The only game involving an area team Tuesday night because of that snow. Husson men's basketball playing Colby College down in Waterville. Eagles trying to avoid losing 2 games in a row here. Let's go early second half. Eagles with the lead. Quick pass inside here to Jeremy Maranta, right to Jared Balzer, who hammers it home with the right hand. Let's go all the way to 3:30 to go. Just a 2-point lead for Husson. Colby's Max Poulton pulls up right in Andre McCauley's face and buries the tray. That's the Mules' first lead since the first half. A minute later, 78-77 Colby. Husson's Riles Neff with it. He takes it all the way to the hole to retake the lead. Under 20 seconds to go, 81-80 Husson. Colby's Marcus Montiel does the same with some sweet moves off the glass for the lead. The Mules get a stop on the other end, and Colby takes this one home 82-81. And finally, some awesome news out of Lewiston. The first annual Lewiston Strong Winter Classic is set for this Friday night, 7 p.m. at the Lewiston Coliseum. The Lewiston Police Department will be facing off against the Boston Fire Department, with all proceeds benefiting the victims' families affected by the tragedy in October. Admission is free, but for every $5 fans spend, they will get one raffle ticket with some fantastic sports artifacts being offered, including a Jeremy Swayman jersey and signed Pittsburgh Penguin items from Mainer Brian Dumoulin. Officials are hoping to accomplish two things: hope and healing.
It's really just so many different aspects that are coming into this game that, we're trying to really just give back to the community, but our local first responders as well coming in and hopefully bringing a smile to their face.
That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
A federal judge blocked a multi-million-dollar proposed merger of JetBlue and Spirit Airlines. Fox Business Network's David Ashman has more on the story in Fox Means Business.
Not a good start to the short trading week for stocks. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all closing lower. A lot of investors have concerns about the start of the corporate earnings season. Meanwhile, a federal judge grounding JetBlue Airways' planned $3.8 billion takeover of Spirit Airlines. The decision coming after the Justice Department filed a lawsuit to stop the merger, claiming it would hurt competition and drive up prices. The airline says they disagree with the ruling and are evaluating their next step. And house hunters might soon have more choices. That's because the real estate company Zillow says 21% of homeowners are considering selling their house within the next 3 years. That's up from 15% a year ago. But listen up if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur this year. Wallet Hub just named Utah the best state in which to start a business in 2024. The study looked at things like the state's business environment, access to finances, and the cost to run a company. Georgia and Florida rounded up the top 3 spots. That's business. I'm David Asman.
And now a quick check of the forecast for today. It looks like a nice day ahead today. Lots of sunshine. It will be breezy, though, with highs near 25 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight, with lows dropping down to around 10. And then tomorrow, a partly cloudy and breezy day. Temperatures just a bit colder, around 24 degrees. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Chevy family of SUVs. Do more with tech. Do more with safety. Do more with style. The Chevy family of SUVs. There's one for everything you do. Current qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month. Or get $1,500 total cash allowance on this Equinox.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainquitlink.com.
Football fans, with a Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Sorry, everyone. I ran out of space and time.
Ugh. Why are we even doing this?
Try, y'all. Try.
The Central Aroostook Humane Society is doing what they can following animal seizures that have pushed them beyond capacity. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
So we're just kind of going with the flow, trying to keep our head above water and, do the absolute best, get them fixed and back into homes.
The organization has had to take in 50 animals just this week alone. 8 pit bulls were brought to the shelter last Monday, followed by 39 cats on Friday.
We've really had to move our building around a little bit. We've got a mom and puppies in one of our cat rooms even because they needed a bigger space.
But what's even more heartbreaking were the conditions the animals were found. The dogs were rescued after Fort Fairfield police searched a house that had what Hallett called, quote, deplorable conditions.
All of the pit bulls that we got in, right down to just a 8 to 10 week old puppy, has puncture holes all over its head. All of the dogs that we did get in are just covered with bite wounds.
She says 12 dogs were initially found, but 4 did not make it. The cats, on the other hand, came from a residence in Easton where tenants were being evicted. The influx of animals has sparked an outpouring support for the shelter, something Hallett was blown away by.
Our conference room has now got, nothing but cat food, dog food, litter, bedding, bleach, laundry soap. You name it, they have brought it to us. There are no words to explain just how grateful we are.
Anyone interested in helping out can access the shelter's website and donate money through PayPal. We will have the link on our website. Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, tough situation. Let's leave you with some video of some cute animals now. How about that? At least one creature is excited about the snowfall that has fallen. Video from Lebanon, Tennessee shows an otter playing in the snow after a blizzard on Sunday night. The critter's excitement was all caught on surveillance video showing it rolling around, catching snowflakes and scurrying through the flurries. The otter looks like he's having a blast. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great day.
Good reason why I should call the twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. You can hire us right from your phone and you never have to leave your house. 2, it's fast. Read the result. Just listen to this.
Lowry and Associates got me $195,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily, we offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Great Northwood to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll return to Stonington, where locals are struggling to make repairs following the recent storms. Plus, we'll also have the latest on the fight to save an historic air hangar up in Aroostook County. And it looks like the Hamden Mail Processing Facility will remain open after all. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith is off today. We thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. And we also have some special guests from the Challenger Learning Center joining us this hour to tell us about an exciting project that they have going on. So all those things coming up. But first, to check with that forecast. Today's looking like a nice day, the calm after the storm. You'll want to take it easy out there when you're heading out because the roads are still extremely slippery in some cases. The plow trucks are out doing their thing, but